There you go, Nestor.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Mr. Collum. I'm Karen, your CNA for the day, and I need to come in and measure your urine. Go ahead and get a pair of gloves that will be mounted on the wall in size order. Put the gloves on. There will be a fracture pan on the floor that already has urine in it. Pick up the bed pan and the container. Carefully transfer the urine from the bed pan into the container, and you can return the bed pan to the floor. Place your container on a flat surface. Get at eye level to ensure accuracy, and it would be a good idea to say the number out loud, as it will be a short period of time before you can record it. I see the amount to be 275 cc's. I then want to empty the contents of my container into the toilet. Rinse my container, empty that into the toilet. Rinse my bed pan, and empty that into the toilet. And once the equipment is rinsed, I may place it in the designated dirty area. The evaluator uses the floor as our designated dirty area for this skill. They then will watch you remove your gloves according to standard, grasp the palm of one hand, wad it up, go under this glove, turn it inside out, step to the trash can to get rid of your gloves. Indicate to the evaluator you would wash your hands. She will now follow you back to the classroom to record your amount. The amount was 275 cc's. On this particular skill, the automatic failure is if you are more than 25 cc's off from her measurement. The evaluator will have the accurate measurement. You may be 25 cc's plus or minus that. That completes measuring urine. Good afternoon, Mr. Collum. I'm Karen. I'm your CNA for the day, and I'm here to get you weighed. Before we get started, I'm going to close the door for your privacy, and I'm going to get my hands washed. Anytime you're getting a resident out of the bed, you do want to make sure that the bed is locked and in the lowest position. All right, let me go ahead and have you sit up on the side of the bed. I'll be glad to assist you. Go ahead and put your feet flat on the floor. And now if you go ahead and put your shoes on before we head to the scale. On each of the skills that are walking skills, your partner will be using their own shoes to take on and off. Okay, let's go ahead and walk to the scale. And when we get to the scale, I do want you to pause for a moment so that I can zero out. Zeroing out means returning both the top and the bottom to the zero marker. Okay, go ahead and step up for me. I'm going to estimate about what I think he weighs, and I'm going to go to 120. That's not enough, so I'm going to go to 140, and that's too much. I now know that he weighs more than 120 and less than 140. So I'll go back to 120 and add weight in 1 pound increments. Until I get a balance. Because your partner is obviously breathing and incapable of being totally still, you may have a little bit of movement, but again, as long as you have ensured that it's hovering right at that point, it would be accurate. Go ahead and have your partner step back down. Let's go ahead and take you back to the bed and have you sit down. I'm going to go ahead and give you your call light. I suggest you return to the scale so you can look straight on and make sure that you have the right reading. I see 120 on the bottom, 5.5 on the top, so that is 125.5. Wash my hands, and then I will record as my last step, 125.5 pounds. The automatic failure on this scale is being off by more than 2 pounds plus or minus the evaluator's reading. The most common error that occurs in this skill is when the student slides this bottom weight into position. There are times that they don't ensure that the weight drops in to the groove. Make sure it drops in there or your reading will be off by more than 2. That completes weighing an ambulatory resident.